Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your great support always. I'm so grateful for your continued support to this channel. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, as you speak, William Ruto is a terrified man. And there's something that he cannot hide on for a long period of time. Remember, there was this conversation of the KDF taking over the government last year. And in a matter of fact, when Edwin Sifuna yesterday asked the CS of Defense
from your ministry on the 17th of March 2025 regarding the circumstances surrounding the deployment of KDF in July of 2024. As you know, I am a firm believer in the freedom of the media. And we must accept that we were all very concerned to see the army in the streets after the protests. And my party leader has addressed certain possibilities given histories in other places, including Sudan and Egypt. What, in your view, or in the view of the ministry, was inaccurate in the report by the Daily Nation regarding the very possibility of this country being handed over to the military in the event the regime collapsed in July of 2024. So you need to tell us, because the statement said that the report by the Daily Nation was false, baseless, misleading, and reckless. Please explain to me what was the basis of that conclusion by your ministry. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Madam Tuya, about the possibility of the KDF taking over, because it is not once or twice. We have seen several countries in Africa where the military decides to take over the government. So Edwin Sifuna asked, what was the possibility? And why is that the KDF through the CS of Defense, Madam Tuya, that there was no plan of KDF taking over last year during the Gen Z demonstration. Yet, when Madam Tuya took over to answer the questions of the senators, she revealed that they had reports last year, some recruitments of KDF, which for them, they were not recruiting any member or any individual into KDF. Was there possibility of some individuals starting to craft a way of having a parallel KDF?
Last year, we got a fully fledged notification of recruitment with all the logos of the KDF and the ministry published out there.
Than what we are having. Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue, as you always do, ensure you like the video. When you like the video, you support the work that I'm doing in this channel. Because sometimes you watch and you forget liking the video. So this is just a reminder. As you watch, ensure you like the video. Thank you so much for that like.
KDF, as defined in the Constitution, is in three parts, Mr. Speaker, and I'm making reference to Article 241(3)(a), (b), and (c) of the Constitution. And the three parts within which the mandate of KDF is defined. The first one being what is really the primary mandate of the Kenya Defense Forces, is defense and protection of the sovereignty and the territorial integrity of the Republic of Kenya. The other two parts, Mr. Speaker, which you will allow me to call secondary mandate, of the KDF is is to assist and cooperate with other authorities in situations of emergency or disaster. And 3, deployment to restore peace, the deployment of the Kenya Defence Forces to restore peace.
There's something here William Ruto is terrified about. It is about the military. And that is why William Ruto will play with anything, but he will not play with the military. Are you getting me? He will play with teachers. He will play with doctors. He will play with engineers. He will play with anyone. But the military, he cannot play with it. And remember, the last year's event that unfolded where the Gen Z stormed the road, this was leading to that place. But according to William Ruto's close allies, they are denying that hakuna chochote kingefika mahali the KDF could have taken over the government. I'm telling you, the KDF, sometimes they usually don't take because they are in anger. But they will take over because there is no option for the country. There is no, maybe for example, the Speaker or the Chief Justice to take control. Then they will have no option but to tell President, you must sit aside. You saw what happened, I don't know which country, this, where the Prime Minister flee from the country, you know. She decided to flee after the annoyed and rowdy citizens decided they were not going to condone the Prime Minister. So the same thing could have happened with William Ruto last year. But the truth of the matter is, William Ruto realized that the extent of the country was reaching was in a way of getting rid of his governance. Despite of his anger, William Ruto was so terrified. I'm telling you, William Ruto was so terrified. Even as we speak, he's so terrified. If there's something called maandamano, William Ruto does not want. Do you know that even today, I've had some close allies of William Ruto talking about referendum. But do you know that William Ruto is fearing to face the people in terms of this referendum? He's fearing. But in a matter of fact, look at it this way. When the CS of Defense Forces is alleging that there are certain parallel recruitment that was happening, which for them, they had not advertised any recruitment. You just imagine, we could have had maybe former military or the retired militaries starting to form parallel movement. And then they decide to say, we don't want William Ruto. Then you find that there is military and parallel one. Tungefika mahali pabaya. But if the military, ile tuko nayo hatukuna parallel one, na ile yenye tuko nayo, wakwetu jeni waseme, hapana, hii nchi sasa penye mefika kinaumana. We are taking over for a certain period of time. William Ruto set aside. Then with time, they will bring election. Tutachagua president mwingine. That is the wave that William Ruto hakuwaitaka. And that is the truth. William Ruto hakuwaitaka ifike mahali hapo. Na by the way, ilikuwa inafika. The only thing William Ruto did, he rushed to Raila Odinga. And by rushing to Raila Odinga, akaona kwamba amekuwa saved. But knowing today, the man is still so terrified, even having Raila Odinga as his messiah, now as we speak. So I think the William Ruto's government has failed and is continuing to fail. And the days are numbered. They might not believe what might come before even 2027. And they might be kicked out. Then later, they find that Kenya is so peaceful. It was them ambao walikuwa wanaleta problem Kenya hii. So hii vitisho mnatishwa, military wakichukua ni balani. Some countries wamechukua sawa, wengine wanakuanga ruthless, but some are good. Look at the people, look at the issue of Burkina Faso. They're trying, the Ibrahim Traore, they're trying their best to bring their country back to where they want it. So I think William Ruto's fear was just KDF was going to take over, you know. What do you think? During the Genesis demonstration, and who saved William Ruto? Because there are several issues ilifanyika behind the scene pale. Ilibidi waokoe William Ruto. Na nini alifanya? What do you think? Drop your opinion at the comment section below. Otherwise, thank you so much because of your great support. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Till we meet in another video.